Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
On the national news this hour from Babagbagbagede Imo Television, first the headlines. Tinubu lament Kaduna village bombing, others probe support for victims. 38 abducted varsity students still with bandits, parents. US group alleges human rights violation. NLC meets to work out living wages. Police bust robbery syndicate led by lady who specialized in vehicle snatching. Abe extends unbeaten run with WBF title defense. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. The news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has sympathized with the families of victims, the people and government of Kaduna State over the bombing mishap in a village at Tutumbirdi in Igabi, local government area of the state. President Tinubu, in a statement by presidential spokesman Ajuri Ngelale, described the incident as very unfortunate, disturbing, and painful, expressing indignation and grief over the tragic loss of Nigerian lives. The president directed a thorough and full-fledged investigation into the accident and incident and called for calm while authorities looked diligently into the mishap. The president also directed swift and comprehensive medical attention for surviving victims while praying for the repose of the souls of the deceased. Parents of 38 abducted students of the Federal University, Gusau in Zamfara State, have staged a protest against the failure of the government to rescue their children from bandits, then 3 months after the abduction. One of the parents, Ajia Ajara Zakari from Niger State, expressed concern over the failure of the government and university authorities to rescue the children despite several pleas. According to her, the parent met with the university authorities on the issue, but nothing was done. Parent met with authority, but no positive response as they couldn't help to rescue the student, she said. Mrs. Zakari, a mother of 300-level biology education students, said it was time for the government at state and federal levels to fast-track the rescue of the students. Also, another parent, Mohammed Bashir, lamented the delay in the rescue of the students or making any significant effort to free them. He said that bandits have resisted talking directly to the parent, but rather preferred to talk with the Zamfara State Governor, Dauda Lawal. The parent maintained that they were at the government house to meet with the governor on the development and lodge official complaints requesting for the intervention of the government. The Conference of Nigerian Intellectuals in the United States has alleged human rights violation in the ongoing trial of the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, in Nigeria. The group, led by its president, Dr. Phillips Idris, in a statement on Monday, decried the handling of the case against the former CBN governor by the Economics and Financial Crimes Commission. The group described Emefiele's ongoing detention as illegal and fiendish. Emefiele's trial recently commenced in the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory in Abuja, with witnesses reportedly absolving him of wrongdoing in the award of 1.2 billion naira vehicle supply contract during his CBN tenure. Quoting Article 9 of the United Nations Human Rights, Idris said, "No one shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest, detention, or exile." He noted that the international law of human rights obligates government to act in certain ways or to refrain from certain acts to promote and protect human rights and fundamental freedoms of individuals or groups. But Idris claims there has been serial abuse of the rule of law and disregard for the freedom and rights of innocent Nigerians since the new administration came on board, citing Emefiele as a case study. Several court orders had been secured for his release, but they were serially and flagrantly disobeyed by the EFCC and the DSS. Judging by the veracity with which Emefiele is being pursued, it seems someone wants him dead. His predecessors are willing to break any law of the land and are dehumanized to punish him for carrying out his statutory duties during his time as governor of the CBN. Ahead of the expected resumption of negotiation between the federal government and the organized labor on the new minimum wage, the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) is meeting in Abuja to brainstorm so as to arrive at a living wage that is commensurate with the prevailing cost of living. This came as NLC has vowed not to be deterred by the recent assault on workers and their leaders in Imo State, which it said poses a grave threat to freedom of association and collective bargaining as enshrined in the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, and the ILO Conventions 87, 98 on freedom of association and collective bargaining. These were contained in the welcome address by the NLC President Joe Ajaero at the opening session of the NLC 2023 Amateur School with the theme Building Workers' Skills for Policy Engagement in Abuja. Ajaero, represented by the Congress Deputy President Benjamin Anthony, said in the face of adversity and brutality encountered while advocating for the rights of workers to earn their legitimate income and benefit, our resolve remains unwavering. We are motivated to continue our efforts towards achieving decent work and improving working conditions in the formal and informal sectors of the economy. Police operatives have busted an armed robbery syndicate led by a 43-year-old lady, Adeshino Aishat Ajoke, and two others, Adejumo Fatai, 40, and Akintunde Akoni, who specialize in snatching vehicles in Lagos State. Information reported that the suspects were arrested by the Commissioner of Police Special Squad of the State Command following intelligence reports on their activities in the state. The squad moved into action, trailed and arrested the suspect and detained at the State Command for interrogation. During the investigation, the police discovered that the suspect and others now at large were allegedly responsible for various car snatching incidents between January 2023 and August 2023 across the state, including Alimosho, Shomolu, Bariga, Abuleba, and other areas. The police also recovered various vehicles which they allegedly conspired and stole during their various operations, which included Toyota Sienna worth 1.3 million naira belonging to Awal Suleiman, Ford Ranger pickup belonging to Popola Ayowole worth 5 million naira. Also recovered from the syndicate were a Hyundai Sentra SUV belonging to Abraham Adeyi, Toyota Sienna balls belonging to Ugochukwu Celestine, and others including Honda City car recovered from Ajoke, which she forged the document and was using as a car. The police also recovered one Toyota Camry for one suspect, Akintunde, worth 4 million naira as received, which was snatched with arms during the operation. After the investigation, the police found them culpable and consequently charged before the Ogba Magistrates Court for the alleged conspiracy, stealing, and armed robbery. However, the court did not take their plea when they were arraigned, for the prosecutor, Supol Akim Raji, asked the court to refer the matter to the DPP for legal advice because of the nature of the case. The presiding magistrate, Mrs. B.O. Osunsomi, ordered the defendant to be remanded in custody pending the outcome of the DPP's advice and directed the prosecutor to duplicate the file and send it to the DPP. The matter was adjourned for mention for the report of the DPP's advice to be made available, which will determine if the matter will be transferred to the High Court or not over jurisdiction. Residents of the Majidun community in the Kurudu area of Lagos State have lamented the activity of sand miners who they said have made living miserable. The residents made some information known on Monday that the dredging activity has wreaked havoc and has become an environmental threat to them. It was learned that those carrying out dredging activities are private individuals licensed by the government. Speaking, a resident, Ayo Aboyeje, said one of the shortcomings of the activity is flood, which affect roads and buildings on the coastline. Another resident who identified herself simply as Margaret also decried this situation. The activity on the river causes flood. I know people whose properties have been destroyed by flood. I am not comfortable with the situation. Just to take a look at the environment, she complained. The family of a 13-year-old schoolgirl, Miracle Adiriti, has called on the police to locate the whereabouts of the daughter who was kidnapped by an unknown gang in the Ikotun area of Lagos State. Miracle was said to have been kidnapped while returning from school on Friday, December 1. It was gathered that the kidnappers trailed her to school in the morning and waited till the closing period. The gang who parked a short distance away from the school premises thereafter abducted Miracle while she and her sister were walking home. While speaking on the development, the father, Shegun Adiriti, said he took the children to the bus stop where the school bus usually picks them up in the morning before heading to his place of work. He said he received a distress call in the afternoon about the abduction of his daughter. Authority, while speaking, "We woke up early to prepare the kids for school before dropping them at the bus stop. We had no inkling of such a wicked act by this gang, who forcefully claimed that as a politician I have sufficient funds to secure my daughter's release." Authority, who works at the Murtala International Airport and serves as an air traffic communicator with the Nigerian Airspace Management Agency, said the incident was reported at the nearest police station on the same day. He said he received calls from kidnappers who threatened him not to involve the police. The district father has appealed to the police to help secure his residence in the meantime due to the threat. "The situation has traumatized my family. I earnestly appeal for immediate intervention to bring these criminals to justice and ensure our safety," he added. Moving on to the north, there was widespread outrage on Monday over the accidental bombing of Tutumbiri in the Igabi local government area of Kaduna State by the Nigerian Army on Sunday, which left no fewer than 85 villagers dead. Residents of the affected community said they were celebrating Maulud, an Islamic event, when the bombs were dropped by the military, a development that triggered both local and international condemnation. The Deputy Governor of Kaduna State, Adiza Balaribe, had to visit Islamic clerics in the state to douse tension, as the Governor of the state, Senator Ubasani, ordered a thorough investigation into the bombing to forestall future occurrences. As the state government moved to douse tension, the Christian Association of Nigeria, Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, Human Rights Watch, and Amnesty International, among others, condemned the recurrent erroneous bombings by the military. This came as findings showed that no fewer than 425 persons, including children and women, had been killed by military accidental bombings between September 2017 and 2023. Finally, sports. Nigeria's boxing sensation and WBF Intercontinental Champion Aino Abe has extended her undefeated streak after defeating Tanzanian Lulu Kayage Sunday night in a thrilling showdown. Abe now holds an impressive record of 11 wins, 9 of them knockout, as she beat Kagai 8-11 4-2 KOs knockout by unanimous decision after 6 rounds of their female international super flyweights contest at the National Stadium in Lagos. Under the banner of Leopold Management, Abe has emerged as a force to be reckoned with in the boxing world. The 26-year-old remarkable track record, marked by a series of dominant victories, positions her as a formidable champion in the flyweight division. Nicknamed Iron Abe, as tenacity and punching power earned her the WBF Intercontinental title in February 2022, when she defeated United Kingdom's Laura Payne at the City Call Center in Postable, East Sussex. In the main event of Lagos Boxing Initiative on Sunday, Abe faced the veteran Tanzanian Kayage, whose record showcases her experiences in the ring. The fans were treated to an enthralling contest between the two female pugilists. With our sports study, we've come to the end of today's national news. Before we go, some headlines. Tinubu laments Kaduna village bombing. Orders probe support for victims. 38 abducted varsity students still with bandits. Parents cries out. Emefiele, U.S. group alleges human rights violation. NLC meets to work out living wages. Police bust robbery syndicate led by a lady who specialized in vehicle snatching. On sports, Abe extend unbeaten run with WBF title defense. For updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is Baba Bagidi Imo Television. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell, select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagidi Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. Thank you for watching. I am Moriri Rabila Lawal.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.